All right, welcome in. I guess welcome in, welcome back for this impromptu um, call-in show tonight. Um, just coming out now. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button. I will be dropping the number. Let me get that up for everybody, and you guys can fire away. Um, that has happened in the I don't know last 3 hours. Um, University of Michigan at the focal point of another scandal. Um, I don't know. I did not have this on my bingo card. I'm not here to. There is the phone number. Phone lines are open. I'm not going to re re litigate Sherone Moore's part in this, the guilt or innocence, as I should say that at the top. Um, this is something that I just didn't see coming. Heard grumblings about this a little bit, but it wasn't my story at all. Heard this from another person. That's that. But if you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button. We do talk college football here, but the phone lines are open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Dan Wetzel, I'm going to try to get everybody that is reporting this that I'm seeing on Twitter, trying to get everybody their credit as credit is due. This is just insane. Sherone Moore has been turned over to the authorities. Don't know the scope of it, but it says Dan Wetzel reporting this breaking. Ex-Michigan coach Sherone Moore was detained by police in Saline, Michigan this evening and then turned over to the police in Pittsfield Township for an investigation into potential charges. What those charges are, do not know. The Michigan folks, it's not good. That's what's been reporting. No, I have not seen an official statement released by the university yet. There's just that out there. So yeah, wow, this number is creeping up there, but yeah, so there is that. Also, the phone lines are open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call if you want to call. Also, especially all you guys watching on Twitter, if you want to call in, come on over to YouTube and give us what you think. Phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. There's that. This is a wild turn of events. We'll leave this open for a good bit of time. I'm sure this isn't what the Michigan folks had on their bingo card. Just saying. I am doing some retweeting right now, but if you want to call, give us a call. Sherone Moore out as Michigan's coach. I don't think Pete Thamel, I don't think Dan Wetzel, I don't think Ross Dillinger, some of the top reporters in the industry. I've seen people that are refuting this. Still no official word from the university. I would say that'll probably come at 10 a.m. or probably it will hold a press conference. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say I don't think Michigan makes this move without having somebody in line for this. So there's that. Let me. I am just doing some things on my end of it. Phone has kind of been blowing up, to say the least. That's to put it mildly, but the phone lines are open. We got 207 in here live. Appreciate all you guys. I'm seeing some of the folks out there. I'm seeing a lot of Brian Kelly circulation going on. Don't know how true any of that is. I would say that there's probably some stuff to that. I don't think that they're going to. I don't think they're going to. How do I want to say this? Target somebody or start floating names out there without some semblance of who they're going to get. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So it's open right now for the folks that want to call, talk. If you have any more information than what I've got from what I'm getting from Twitter, Ross Dellinger, Dan Wetzel on top of all this. It's we got Portnoy. Hold on. It would help if somebody called to make sure all of my equipment is working, but number to call 260-255-4069. Wow, just what a strange turn of events today, especially him getting turned over to the police. Don't know exactly what all that's going to entail. This is, I just think that as Ross Dillinger just tweets, the Michigan saga marches on. I think that at a certain point, you got to look in the mirror here. I think at this point, I'm not even trying to do the Ohio State, Michigan, other fan base thing. I think you've got to burn it down. That is something that has to be done there. This is technically the second major scandal that the university's had outside of Connor Stallions. Oh wow, I'm sure there's going to be more stuff coming out with him getting arrested in Saline. This is just kind of breaking the internet. The college football committee is saying thank you to the University of Michigan. I'm just reading some of the stuff. I don't know what he would be now. Here it is. Some other folks on Twitter are aggregating stories. Another poster. I don't know if this is legitimate or not. This is all speculative. We're just reading the internet. Nobody has picked this story up. But there are reports now that Moore was arrested after breaking into assistants' houses and threatening to harm himself. If this is true with everything else, I really hope he goes and gets the help that he needs. This is a nasty situation, people. I think this takes football. Football takes a backseat here. If that is true, I know there's a lot of people that are not going to want to hear that, but I'm just saying I'm not here to litigate his guilt or innocence. I'm just here on. I want to hear from the fans. What do the fans have to say? I don't follow Michigan football that close. I do a lot of more of the stuff down south, but I live in the heart of Big Ten country. I am 2 hours away from Ann Arbor. I'm 2 hours away from Ohio State. I'm an hour and a half away. So I see a lot of Michigan fans. I see a lot of Buckeye fans. I see a lot of those fans around. But I'm just kind of curious on what on what you guys think of this, to say the least. Like I said, I'm not gonna uh, um, do his guilt or innocence. I'm not doing the putting on the show or the trial for Sherone Moore, but I'm just curious to hear from you guys. What do you guys have to say about that? And it's there's a lot of things. A lot of people out there have a lot of opinions on this. About they waited until after signing day. This is going to get ugly. Um, I don't know how. I don't know how they save this. In kind of in my opinion, I normally don't call for people's jobs, but I think on this tick of it, Ward Manuel's got to go. Um, if I was a diehard Go Blue guy, everything that's gone on, I just don't know how you keep this around your program. If the reports are true, it's a bizarre turn of events to say the least. So there is that. Like I said, the phone lines are open. If you want to call, number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see. So there is that. I gotta get this working real quick. Let me see. Okay, I had to update my software. It'll take 30 seconds. And then you guys will be able to get your call in. Apologize for that. It does that sometimes. It doesn't always notify you when you have to update your Google stuff. Here we go. So, all right, phone line should be back working. If you want to call, number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So I guess we're gonna see what this bears. Let me close it, reopen it. All right, call bank should be working. If you want to call, number to call 260-255-4069. Also on the ticker below. Also, if you can do us the biggest favor and hit that like and subscribe button, that would help a ton. So there is that. Let me do some other things here. Getting just, when you're a one-man producer, it's not always the best, but the phone line should be working. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. This is going to be a fascinating story. I don't this. You can make whatever you want about Connor Stallions. You can do all you want about that. You have the Matt Wheat stuff. Now you have this Sherone Moore getting turned over to the police, allegedly breaking into assistants' houses, retweeting to let the other people know on Twitter. There's that. Like I said, there's going to be a lot that's going to come out of this all the way through the weekend and all the way leading up to the college football the college football playoff. And also, I'm not a Clemson fan. It's just a shirt, folks. So there's that. Yeah, it says all systems are go on my end, but number to call, like and subscribe button, but the number is on the ticker below, 260-255-4069. I'll be fascinated to see how the news breaks on this, on how long it takes it to get out. So there is that. I do know some Michigan fans personally. I've talked to them behind the scenes. It was a lot of shock and awe, a lot of wow. Can't believe this happened. So I guess Dan Wetzel must be boots on the ground in Ann Arbor. I'm going to assume so. So there's that. I wonder if Dan's got any other things. The internet is undefeated as far as memes. ESPN.com reporting the same stuff. They're about 10 minutes behind Twitter before all of that comes out. So there's that. So what I'm just curious to hear what the Michigan folks think. Yeah, like I said, like it is in the Pete Thamel being detained by police. Getting some of this out there. I guess the city of Saline police department assisted in locating and detaining former University of Michigan football coach Sherone Moore. The department said in a statement released to ESPN, Mr. Moore was turned over by Pittsfield Township. The department, for an investigation, is looking into potential charges. The University of Michigan fired Moore as head coach earlier Wednesday following an investigation into Moore's conduct with a staff member. So there is that. That's kind of what ESPN's out there. Just basically, giving you the kind of the rundown of what's going on. So there's that. Just checking it out. But yeah, so there's that. Phone line is open. If you want to call, talk it out, see what we know. Number to call, 260-255-4069. Also, appreciate all 465 of you in here. Also, if you could do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us a ton. Basically, on the other side of it, this came out at 4:00. They're just saying this conduct, a clear violation of the University of Michigan, maintains a zero tolerance policy for such behavior. Ward Manuel said in a statement Wednesday. Biff Poggi is going to be named the interim coach. I'm assuming he's going to coach the bowl game. And just a bizarre time, to be honest. So there is that. Also, he was suspended at the beginning of the season, weeks 3 and 4. I don't know what they're not really giving up the details on the police stuff at the moment. I'm not shocked by that. It's kind of what they do. They're going to try to keep this as hush hush as possible, I would think. But yeah, so that's the facts, and I guess the facts and the details of it laid out. So Sherone Moore out as head coach. Got to be looking got to be looking. It's all over. It's all over Twitter now, and it's making its way to Instagram, as I can see. Um, very unfortunate day for the Wolverines. I'm not going to pass the burn them at the stake, and I'm just not going to do that because you don't know the facts of the case at the moment. So I think that the kind of the better judgment is to wait and see, and basically see what the fans think of this. Um, that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, phone line's open if you want to call. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at on it. I'd like to hear from some other Michigan folks to see what their perspective is on it, especially if you live up there, or there's that. So there another reporter from, who is this guy? Oh, they're on 3 guy. Manuel Lopez, dude is in police custody. Oh boy. So if he's still in police custody, I don't think this is going to be good for him. Appreciate all the new folks populating the channel, hitting the like and subscribe button. That helps us. I was hoping to get, we are like 89 subscribers away from 500. Also, phone line is open too. If you want to call, number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call as well. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate you, Joe. Yeah, it's very fascinating on how this whole thing is shaking out. I'm sure we're probably going to get something. Oh yeah. I am currently looking to see what we have. I'm doing some other investigatory stuff. See what we can find here. I'm kind of looking. I agree with Michigan on the move. Yeah. I don't think that I don't think they really had a choice in the matter. So there is that. I am currently scattering the, is that I I apologize. I'm actually looking for something, but also phone lines open if you want to call. We do have a cap on it. If we start to get another call, we'll move on and go to the next guy. Or woman that wants to call. I am looking. I'm trying to find it. Don't know if we're gonna get the, because if they have him, I would assume if they have him in custody, they would have to release it. I would assume. Texas fan here. I feel bad for Michigan and its fans. Well, yeah, I mean, appreciate you, Emmanuel. Yeah, it's very, 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 very bizarre, to say the least. So there is that. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. I almost just said my personal number. Not good. Do we know the potential charges at this point? No, we do not. That's what I am trying to find out at the moment. To see what we're at least dealing with. Because if they have him, if they're questioning him, that's one thing, but at a certain point they have to let him go or charge him. That's the big thing in my opinion. They've got to. Oh, Sherone Moore. That's who Joe. I am trying to find this. I'm sure their website is probably most likely going to crash at some point. But yeah, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. If somebody tried to call and it hasn't gone through, just let me know. Wow, this is okay. I thought Michigan made the move because he really wasn't that great. Nope, Joe, they didn't do it because of that. He is currently in police custody. Allegedly, Michigan fired him for a inappropriate relationship with a staffer. There's all kinds of speculation out there for the people that aren't in the know and wondering what the hell is going on. Outside of what Ross Dellinger, Dan Wetzel, I've just been following their Twitter feeds, so that's pretty much all the. Okay. There is a lot of back and forth going on between the team sites and some other thing. I guess the Wolverine.com, after they had somebody, I'm assuming, have to put their foot in their mouth. There is no current report available on what charges Sherone Moore could be facing at the Washington County Jail tells. Maybe that's where I need to go. That is what it is. Also, wow, we're almost up to 700 people watching, and hitting the like and subscribe button. That helps us a ton. But yeah, phone line is open. It's wide open. If you want to call, get your call in. Because we are going to put a little bit of a cap on it for this evening. So number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Oh man, they do not make this easy. I am trying to currently find what I'm looking for because sometimes they will have. That's not what I was looking for. The big thing is that there's people. Joe's telling Manny to call in. There's a lot of people arguing about this on Twitter right now, whether he's in jail and whether he's in police custody. That is what I'm trying to confirm. So there's that. Go to here. I'm sure this is uncomfortable for everyone. We're almost up to 700 people live here. Wow, I didn't think it would do these type of numbers, but so yeah, 700 people in here. Appreciate if you weren't wearing sunglasses indoors, you ace hole. Here, I'll take them off. Does that make you feel better? Does that because I am sitting in front of bright lights, and when you do a podcast for hours upon hours, the lights bother your eyes. That's also why I wear a hat too. Also, appreciate you coming into the podcast here. Like I said, phone line's wide open if you guys want it. That is something I'll offer up to the fans. Now it's hitting CBS Sports, Yahoo. It's hitting all of this stuff. I think that I think we're going to be in for an interesting night, to say the least. Let's check the other stuff. Also, like I said, phone line's open, so trying to find some other information out just on my end of it, on what I can find out. The police station, I guess, where he's at, they have not posted anything. I haven't seen a. Also, has the University of Michigan released an official statement yet as well? That was something I was kind of waiting on to see if we could get that dissected and get that up here tonight. Wow, curious on this. It's kind of, I would say that they're going to have to make a decision soon on what they're going to do with him. And I would say, with it being at the end of the day, who knows if the prosecutor was in today? It's kind of a crapshoot. I don't know how the municipalities up in Michigan work. because I really don't have to deal with it, but or have any of those types of issues. Um, I am sure their phone lines are just blowing up uh, at that police station. It looks like a small spot. I've never been up there, but just from basically what I'm taking of this and reading about it, it's not looking good. So there's that, and I also think it's not looking good if they've had him for over 2 hours. I would say that they're probably going to charge him with something. Well, with the initial report that I had read on Twitter, I mean, take that with a grain of salt, is him breaking into somebody's house. He'll just probably get a simple B&E. But you never know. There could have been more to the situation. Also, they do this right when the transfer portal, is getting ready to open, which is also a terrible look. Joe says I left my phone in my car. Yeah, that is it's a bad day, Joe. I'm just trying to scour. Where's Richie? Richie's I don't know what Richie's doing tonight. He's normally on Tuesday and Thursdays, but the only thing that really isn't adding up here is what I guess if that report is that he broke into somebody's house is true, that would be why they've done this. They used to be called car phones. Yeah, Joe, I get you on that, man. But also phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 if you want to dive into the pool on this. Pretty much everybody is just saying he's detained. So I don't know. I really don't know what exactly, because I would have thought this detainment would have been done by now. I would assume that he would ask for an attorney if he is being detained. That's the big thing, and then it's one of those you got to wait and see what the charges are. I am sure it's going to be a fascinating deal. I don't see how this doesn't shake out well in his favor. I would probably, if he gets out of this, Joe says call a charger. Yeah, it's bizarre. That's kind of where I'm at on it. I mean, the whole thing is I don't know. I mean, it's bizarre in the whole mechanics of how it's worked out. I mean, coach gets fired and then 3 hours later detained by police with no rhyme nor reason. I wouldn't think so, Joe. I wouldn't think that would be the case, but maybe. Shit, who knows? I was hoping to get but I think, the people with the knee jerk reactions on what news that we can uncover from this. I don't think ESPN is updating anything. The last update was from Thamel Wetzel at 7:37, and that's about it. The police are not. They have not gave a yay or nay on anything. It is basically plastered on the front page of ESPN right now, if people are wondering. But also, I think that where we're at to where we're going, I don't think we're going to get the bare bones of this story until probably in the morning, but they might release something tonight. I don't know. This whole thing is bizarre. I've never seen a coaching tenure, a guy get fired and then detained, and then it's turning into a sideshow, to be honest. It's really turning into a sideshow. Also, just looking at it, hindsight 2020, it's bizarre. I gotta trying to look at some other things. Also, at the bottom of the screen, if you're new here, the phone number is on the bottom. You can call in as well. I think I've repeated that phone number into oblivion, but I was just curious to hear what you guys think about this. Hear from the fans that follow the team a lot closer than I do. That's kind of why I had the impromptu tonight. We were going to do the normal call-in show, but whenever this broke, I'm like, man, this is going to be all over everywhere, to where you're gonna have to talk about it, to say the least. So there is that. But yeah, I appreciate all overall platforms, 787 of you. It's, I mean, we're all kind of at the mercy on whether they're going to release a statement or not tonight. I don't know. I just trying to put myself in that situation. I think that you're kind of at the mercy of what they're going to do with you, I would assume. There's no definitive yes or no. At the end of the day, Sherone Moore, he messed up, and I'm not here to try to bury the guy, but at the end of the day, I mean, we got to look at this for what it really is. I mean, you were the head football coach at the University of Michigan, one of the top jobs, one of the top institutions in all of college football between the two major conferences, and you have essentially pissed that away. I hate to say his career's over, but if he gets charged with something he can't get out of, then it's probably over. But let's be real. There's been other guys that have done bad stuff that have gotten jobs. That's the big thing. I just don't know how you shake this one, to be honest. Some of the internet memes are just wild. I don't know. Let me see if I can see something. Looking for something. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's for some of the folks that are big time Michigan folks in this. It's not looking good. A lot of people clamoring for John Gruden. What do the fans think? You guys want John Gruden as your next head coach, University of Michigan fans? If you want John Gruden or don't want John Gruden, call me up and tell me why. Number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Also, if you can hit the like and subscribe button as well, that would help out the show a ton. I think Richie said he's going to call in a few. Also, Hotboard 4.0, the Michigan Insider, posted by Message Board Geniuses, which I know fan bases love that guy. They're clamoring for Dan Campbell, which I don't think. Oh, what's up, Joe?
Today, I went and got my phone out of the car.
Gotcha. Well, I didn't know what you were doing on this fine Wednesday, but Sherone Moore getting fired and arrested immediately after was not on my bingo card.
No, that's pretty bizarre. I didn't even hear about it until I walked into your bet there.
Yeah, I just been following Ross Dillinger, and Dan Wetzel's stuff that they've been putting on this. I don't know. This is where I get different from some fans. A lot of people rely on their beat reporter, like the site that they subscribe to. Well, the On3 folks, not that I'm really bashing them too much, but some of the folks that
what happened first? What happened first? Was he fired first for his inability to coach?
No, that has been confirmed that he was fired for an inappropriate relationship that took place inside the Michigan building with a staffer. There's all kinds of alleged reports there. I'm not getting into the vulgarity of that. You know, we're on YouTube. I'm sure it's going to be, if you pull up Yahoo Sports or any of the other big boys, they're going to put it in there. I'm not diving into that because it's all alleged at the moment, and we don't have anything that's concrete to say the least.
Well, was the other person involved fired too, or what?
There's been no word on that. They didn't release her name. Somebody put her name out there that had the story. So there's that. Some people in the chat are getting fresh.
You must be talking about one of the other.
I will put
TikTok
it up
or something.
Well, they're putting it in the show chat. I'll show it on the screen. I'm not reading that because I guess I'll read it. This is from somebody else within the chat. It says allegedly Kane and Co. just said he got a staffer pregnant and she had an abortion.
Oh, geez.
So I don't know where this ranks on the political stink of things when it comes to
Well, it's another Michigan thing happening.
I think you gotta I'm not even trying to be the bash Michigan guy, but in Ray
first it was Spygate, right?
yes, and
that guy.
Yeah, let me clear that up from the comment that I read was yes, that is all alleged. But I kind of think at the end of the day, you don't pull the trigger on firing the guy if it's all alleged, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty harsh alleged crime and firing if a guy doesn't have his day in court at least. But of course, those kind of things can go drag out forever. So Michigan might be right in just saying, we just have to do this because of the optics.
Well, it was very specific when Dellinger wrote what I had seen when I was just minding my own business and my phone started having smoke on it with getting people sending me sending the story to me. Also, another commenter says, "You don't fire someone who beat OSU a year ago and just went 9-3 for no reason." That is a fair point, but also my phone started dinging, 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 and I'm like, "Okay, what's going on?" And the part that stuck out to me was the first thing that I had read was it was either Dillinger or Wetzel or Thamel. It's one of the three, but it was in the writing is where I picked up on it. It was not the alleged situation, but it was the fact that they said for cause. And typically when they write the leading article, they leave out the details and then come back and try to get things confirmed to make sure that, for legal reasons, because, anything that goes to print's got to go through legal, and trying to get things confirmed through sources, I'm assuming.
Well, it used to be that they had to have, like 3 confirmations from different sources before they'd run a story. So that's gone all to hell, and social media has made, anything goes kind of a playground right now,
Well, yeah, that is very true. I think where I am when I read the initial report, because you had the Thamel story break, and then Dan Wetzel doubles down, which he doesn't depending on how you feel about Dan Wetzel, some people hate him, some people love him. I'm indifferent to him, but when he retweeted 2 hours ago with the story that Adam Schefter and Pete Thamel, he retweets it and says Michigan has fired head coach Sherone Moore due to an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. So that makes everything else for me to connect the dots and say, okay, they must have major sourcing on this, because not all 3 of those guys are going to run with something that is not true. And then also Dave's here says,
but it could be that guy, heard from that ESPN guy, so he figures he's credible, so he'll just put it out there for his followers that didn't hear it from the original source, and that's how the rumors always get started.
Well, typically, from what I've been noticing, Wetzel, Dillinger, and Thamel all kind of work together on major stories.
Are they all ESPN?
I believe Dillinger works for Yahoo. Wetzel, I'm not sure who he works for, but Thamel and I think Wetzel both work for ESPN. And then especially when Adam Schefter's retweeting your stuff, that gives me big cause for concern that this must be true, because Schefter, I believe, went to Michigan and is very connected and probably well sourced there. So if he's retweeting it with the go ahead, it must be some semblance of this must be true, because he also doubles down 35 minutes ago and says more about Sherone Moore being detained by police in Saline, Michigan on Wednesday, being turned over to the police department for investigation for potential charges, and he tags at Dan Wetzel and Pete Thamel. So, I mean, if they're
I'm not a fan of Thamel. I don't see anything great about Thamel at all.
Well, Thamel, the thing with Thamel is that he marches to the company line. Whatever they tell him to write, he writes it. And
that's my point exactly. I think ESPN is FOS.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that at a certain point they try to control the narrative, and the propaganda machine's going to have a hard time spinning this. I don't know how they're going to spin this, to say the least. It's not.
Well, the propaganda. I mean, that names it in itself. It's just propaganda. You know, they're not going to have a hard time spinning it. They'll just put anything out there. That's what propaganda is.
There's going to be a hard time getting out of this one. I don't know how they're going to.
I think Michigan should, if anything remotely to this story is true, Michigan needs to get way out ahead of it right now and explain, you know, here's what we're doing, here's what has been said to have happened, and we can't, you know, continue a relationship, you know, if this turns out to be true. And I can't sit there and say, you know, Michigan made a mistake by getting out ahead of it. I mean, if they must know way more than us, right? Like, you know, it's them. So they're going to have to get to the bottom of it. But in the meantime, I wouldn't let the propaganda start making up all these stories about things. I'd get ahead of it and just come out with what I got.
Well,
say, look, here's what's been reported. We talked to the parties involved. We both agreed to part ways at this point, and you know, when we get any more information, we'll release it.
Well, that sounds good, but that's not what they did. When this story was breaking, they just came out and said, and I'll read you their statement. I'm assuming this is on Yahoo Sports. I'm assuming this is what Michigan has to say about this. It says
a Michigan spokesman.
Yeah,
spokesperson.
It has. Well, it's Ward Emanuel, and I'll read it verbatim to you. It says head football coach Sherone Moore has been terminated with cause effective immediately. Michigan Athletic Director Ward Emanuel said in a statement following a university investigation, credible evidence was found that Coach Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. This conduct, blah, 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 blah. But
will not be tolerated.
Basically, and then it says, it is a clear violation of the university's policy, and U of M maintains a zero tolerance policy for such behavior.
Well, then that's it. I mean, Michigan's coming out and saying they have evidence of it, and they got rid of the problem. So it sounds like it's pretty credible.
So I guess on full disclosure, this was not my story to begin with. I heard about this story from somebody.
Yeah, but you researched it and you got right from the spokesperson's mouth. From Michigan. Here's what they're saying.
With
they found evidence, and it's too much to ignore.
and I got to be careful how I word this because this is not my story. I didn't do the legwork. I'm not trying to take credit on it. I just had somebody that I know told me that there was going to be an investigation launched in the springtime. And I said, seriously? And I said, oh, yeah. And they said, oh, yeah. And so I just.
Well, why wait? That would be stupid. Whoever that person is, Duke, that's stupid to wait.
Well,
they're going to wait until spring when this happens?
No.
Why would they do that?
That's when the initial investigation launched, coming right after spring ball.
Of 2025?
Yes, this year.
And it didn't even, boy, they hit it pretty darn good. Right?
Well, they
we're talking about 6, 7, 8 months.
Yeah, so they were investigating him, and I don't think he knew they were investigating him. And then we have a commenter here that says, reminds me of Ben Affleck's quotes from his finest work in Mallrats. Come on, guys, tell me you wouldn't have popped her. Oh man, this is getting wild. But I had no.
Ray Costello said, I agree with what Ray Costello said.
And
it looks like you just took it back away. Yeah, you don't fire someone who beat OSU over a year ago and just went 9-3 for no reason, and that's right.
Tied around a 9 months. Yeah, there's people.
How do they keep that for 9 months?
Well, they didn't tell him they were investigating him. He might have known, but at the end of the day, I had known about it. I just didn't disclose it. I talked to one other person about it, and he was kind of like, I was like, what do you think about that? And he says, well, if it's oh wow, people are now commenting, hope his wife and the other woman are all right. Yeah, that's the other scary part of this. Too, because you don't know what's happened. They're not releasing any details. It's hard to speculate, but I talked to somebody else that I trust, and they're like, well, it's not your story, and just sit on it, and if something happens, that's when you talk about it. And that person went out there and got all the credit for it, and that's cool. I don't want to do the breaking news stuff. That's not what I started this for, was to pivot to the alleged insider information, because a lot of the people that do that, all kinds of, we have all the insider information, they're about right 50% of the time. I could name off myriads of podcasts. And there's sometimes that you have somebody in the building that, has been solid, and they'll tell you something, and you sit on it, and it comes out. Well, it never comes out, or it's not true, or anything of that sort. But that's just kind of where we're at the moment. I'm not.
No, but I think that's good, because that guy that told you something about it back in the spring, now he knows he can trust you because it never came out of your mouth, and it's not gotten out at all. Nobody talked about it. I watch a lot of college football stuff, and especially on the internet and YouTube and stuff. And if that had been put out there, it would have gone crazy, especially from Ohio State fans who hate Michigan.
Oh,
they would have been spreading it everywhere.
And also, if you put it out there, you would have got sued into oblivion. And then also Seth here comes out and says, my grandparents were prominent alums. My grandpa was actually the dean of medicine. They are in shock about this. Oh, I'm sure there's people in shock about this. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
When I look at this, I don't know how you put the pieces back together if you're Michigan on this. And
well, everyone should be in shock. It's not a normal thing.
You know what this is? Let's just say allegedly everything is true. Allegedly. I got to put that in front of there because people will try to sue me on that. Allegedly, let's say this is true. Does this remind you of John Edwards? Kind of.
I don't know enough about him. I know who he is, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, John Edwards was the guy running for president. He got a staffer pregnant, had to drop out.
Okay.
But yeah, that was a whole messy situation too back in the early 2000s. Seth here comments, so I'll get your thoughts on this, Joe. Also, phone line is open if you want to call. Number to call 260-255-4069.
Don't be shy. Call in.
Yeah, so
I'll be happy to give up the floor.
Oh yeah, it'll ring in. A lot of people are asking, will Ward Manuel survive this?
Well, I mean, how do you can't put the blame on him. He can't police every single person under his purview.
And
I mean, you can't.
He's in charge of the whole athletic department. I get it.
Yeah, but if you don't know, if you're ignorant to this stuff and no one's letting you in on anything, his own university, if they knew something, they should have let him know. But I can see where the chancellors and all these, what do you call those academicians or
board of trustees?
Yeah. If they said, we're going to keep this under wraps and we can't tell anyone, then you certainly can't blame that guy for not knowing and not including him on how to strategically, come to a conclusion. I mean, if they're going way above his head and he's the guy in charge of all athletics, he's not long for that position if they don't trust him enough to bring him in on that.
Well, I would go out on a limb and say he was probably in on it, and they were sworn to secrecy, whatever you want to say, that they weren't allowed to say anything at all, or their job was on the line.
Well, they did a damn good job because none of us, except for you, from one guy you heard it from way back when.
Yeah.
8 months ago. I mean, nobody reported anything.
Also, I don't know.
And with social media, with social media as it is, that you have to be pretty darn trustworthy of who you bother to talk to people about it.
Oh yeah.
So they did a hell of a job, and that kid that trusted you, you have credibility now because you didn't mention a thing about it. So he can trust you. That's good for you.
Also, Seth, if you're watching out there, call in because you seem to have some information on this. Allegedly, Seth throws it out there. I heard that boosters were threatening to pull their support when this information first came out. Yeah, that's another thing. Funding. I'm sure there's people pissed about this. And then Dave's here is just trolling me. He said they just hired a special teams guy to come on at Michigan. Didn't see that coming. So they must have hired a special teams coordinator or something. Also, Joe.
Well, what's that? Is Sherone Moore in charge of special teams as well as head coaching?
I think he was doing special teams and overseeing a lot of things, and he hired a special teams coordinator. But Seth, if you want to call in, man. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Also, I don't on the scale of 1 to 10. I guess I'm seeing a lot of Brian Kelly stuff all over Twitter right now. Too, is Brian Kelly going to be the head coach at the University of Michigan? I mean, I got the school wrong, but he would end up back in Michigan.
Well, I'll tell you what. Notre Dame was in chaos when they hired him, and he helped straighten it out. He was pretty good for them in the first 5 years, And then all of a sudden, they started to see a pattern of him not being able to win the big game, and I grew tired of him. Like after about 5 years, I was like, you're winning the games you're supposed to win, and you're losing games you should have it. You should be at least 500 with these good teams. This is Notre Dame. Just win the fucking game, you
Right.
clown. I got tired of him.
I'm getting pushback here from the Michigan fans. Sorry to cut you off, Joe, but I guess Michigan hired. I'm assuming Dave's here is going after Ohio State's old. They were going after Ohio State's old DC, which I think was Kerry Combs. But Kerry Combs was also Mr. Michigan when he coached high school football in Cincinnati. He was one of the black sheeps of Ohio high school football because he always had Lloyd Carr and all the boys in blue down at his camp. He put on some big thing with the University of Michigan, like when they do those satellite camps, like when Saban went postal, when they did one in Alabama and then they did one in Texas. Yeah, they weren't real happy in the South with that, but that's what they used to do in Cincinnati. But also when I brought up Brian Kelly, Dave's here's big Michigan fan, says no. Seth says Brian Kelly would be absolutely a horrible hire. Dave's here says he is he's an asshat, has no chance he shows up there. Yeah, he's making fun of Kerry Combs as well. There's a lot of moving parts to this, and also, oh yeah, they're bringing up the Brian Kelly scissor lift incident as well. I don't know who you hire at this point. I really don't. Franklin's at Virginia Tech, though.
I know.
Dave Portnoy right now is tweeting at Lane Kiffin. Wouldn't that be the ultimate double cross?
Yeah.
As I'm trying to stay updated, also breaking news, Ross Dellinger comes in with a tweet. I'm not kidding. They hired Kerry Combs as special teams yesterday. Oh, well, good luck. Good luck with old Kerry. But this is breaking news from Ross Dellinger. With an extended deadline mounting pressure, commissioners continue the momentum this week to expand the 12-team playoff to 16 teams as soon as next season, but hurdles remain. Talks continue. And they're, I guess, going to meet this week. Seth Floyd is throwing out Kalen DeBoer. I don't know if that's going to happen. I highly doubt that.
Well, I think I was going to mention that after you stopped talking and saying, once Alabama gets their ass kicked in the first game of the playoffs because they suck, then DeBoer is going to get fired and maybe he'll go to Michigan. But I don't think Michigan would settle for him. From what I've seen from him, he's not great. He's not great.
Uh-oh. Do you know who just tweeted?
No, I don't have Twitter.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
Or Twitch.
But on X, formerly known as Twitter. I guess that would fit because Colorado's, 2 hours behind us?
Yeah.
Deion Sanders just tweeted, Lord Jesus, whoa. I don't know. Kalen DeBoer is a name. Dave's here. Seth threw out Dan Lanning. Kalen DeBoer is a name that I keep hearing too. Not sure if Bama fans are the ones making those things, but he is a Michigan guy. I'm assuming he must be from Michigan. I don't know.
Yeah, they can have him. That'd be good.
Seth throws out Urban Meyer. Don't know. Don't know. I don't think you'll.
Urban Meyer's. Urban Meyer's. He's a ghost at this point.
He just went into the Hall of Fame.
He's a stump on a seat on Fox.
He's kind of. Dave's here throws out the Eastern Michigan head coach. You'd be taking here's the thing: they would have to. John Harbaugh, come on, Seth. We can't take that.
Yeah,
serious.
he'll never leave Baltimore.
No,
he's laughing at it.
I'm kind of.
I wonder if Jim Harbaugh would think about going back again for a third stint. Wouldn't that be his third?
Second, but he can't. He has that.
Oh, that's right.
He's got that ridiculous.
Isn't there a warrant for him?
He's got that ridiculous show cause
penalty.
Yeah, and I guess DeBoer coached at Eastern Michigan. Dave is telling me.
Well, he was the Spygate guy. Harbaugh was in charge when that spying happened, right? Then he flew.
And then
flew the coop.
Yeah, and then James Yoder just I'm assuming he's going live. He's a real big Michigan content creator, and he's not a propagandist. He is to a little bit, but Yoder's more trolling the guys on the beat whenever he does stuff. But Yoder's got the he's going to release his top 5.
Yoderley.
Yeah, he's going to release his top 5 guys to replace Moore. DeBoer and Jed Fish are on the thumbnail. I don't think Jed Fish would be a bad hire. Dave's here says Yoder knows nothing. Sometimes always a blind squirrel finds a nut, but Yoder has a big platform. And Seth comes back with Yoder as a tool. I've never personally met Yoder, but I know that there is a ton of Michigan people that do not like Yoder. A ton. It will
name.
It will
Yoder.
It will be none of those guys. Dave's here says. At this point, if Michigan would have, and this is, I know a lot of people hate Justin Spiro, but
where's Lanning? Is he in Washington?
No, he's at Oregon.
Okay, and what would cause him to want to leave Oregon? They've been pretty successful. To go to another dumpster fire, it turns out, is Michigan now. It was LSU, but it's a new week, and now it's going to be Michigan.
I think that Seth comes up with Clark Lee. He just signed a 6-year extension. He ain't going nowhere, and he's got the number 1 quarterback in this year's recruiting class signed. But
flipping from Georgia.
Yeah, they flipped him from Georgia. But okay.
That's pretty insane, in fact, for Clark Lee. I mean, he's got to be like in the clouds now.
He won 10 games at Vanderbilt. It's unbelievable. Who cares? Michigan can.
It is unbelievable.
But
especially when you think about him as he was a defensive coordinator, and then he's bringing in Pavia, and now he's going to get the Alabama quarterback or Georgia flipping the number 1 quarterback. I mean, the guy's defense, and he's getting all these offensive guys.
Well, it's because he turned the reins of the offense over to Jerry Kill, which was
he should get. He's the guy Michigan should go after then.
Oh, Jerry don't
get that offensive coordinator from Vandy.
Jerry's. I want to say Jerry's 64, 65. I
don't care. Look what he's doing.
Well, he wants to run the offense. That's the whole reason why Clark Lee brought him in. He brought Pavia. He brought Sowers with him from New Mexico State. And you got to remember, for him, he wanted to do what Chip Kelly did, which, I mean, Chip Kelly's getting a hellacious bag. I don't think we'll see Chip Kelly ever again in coaching. But
no, he's up there in age too. He'll probably be ready. This will be his last stop, probably.
Well, he already got fired, so.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he got fired. The Raiders fired
Harbaugh canned him.
I
thought he was on the Chargers.
No, he was with the Raiders with Pete Carroll. It wasn't going well.
Interesting.
But Kenny Dillingham's getting thrown out there, which I don't think Kenny's going to leave. That's just my opinion. I think he wants to be at Arizona State. That's where he went to school. I think if you're going to entice Dillingham to remotely even consider leaving, I
think Dillingham at the most has 3 years left. At the most, he'll be gone from there. He'll go for the Bucks.
Unless they got to start getting him funding. That's what they got to do. Is they got to start because he's losing every good kid that he recruits there. And if you're in his shoes, you can't tell him, "Hey man, I'm only paying you $150K when they're going to give you 1.4." No coach alive is going to tell a kid not to do that. But let me get through some of these comments real quick. After Dillingham getting thrown out there, they're talking Jesse Minter possibly maybe coming back, but I don't know. I don't know what his status is.
He related to Greg Minter?
I believe that's his dad.
Well, then his dad was at Michigan for a while, right?
Yeah.
He came from Notre Dame and went to Michigan.
Mm-hmm. And then Dave's here follows up with, I hope they can get a coach who can coach. Don't care if it's a big name. Dillingham has his replacement on his staff, and he is retiring.
Dillingham, he's 40 at the most, isn't he?
No, he's only a couple years older than me.
Yeah, I mean what do you mean retiring? That'd be facetious.
Oh, sorry, returning. But here's a rundown of the Michigan staffers over the last couple of months. Denard Robinson, DUI. Steve Klinksdale, DUI. This is from Justin Spiro's Twitter feed. Matt Weiss, federally indicted. Greg Suggs, DUI.
Who are these people? Are they random?
No, these are all.
Are they random? Are they all from? These are all Michigan?
Yeah, they've had seven staffers arrested.
In how long? In what time frame?
Probably 2 years.
That's insane, though. Yeah. Oh my God!
Oh yeah,
they're worse than LSU. They're in more chaos than LSU.
So Dave's here. Oh yeah, it's chaos there. And then Dave's here throws out. Okay, got to update. Don't know if this is 100% true. Seth, I would like to know where you got that information. Dave's here. I'll see if somebody from either Thamel or Dillinger tweets about that. But we'll fill some time here, and then we're going to have to probably jump. But Dave's here says something about Utah's head coach, Kyle Whittingham. Dave, I'm not trying to be that guy. Let me look at that. But he was saying something about possibly, what's that guy's name? Kyle Whittingham, is from Utah, went to BYU. I don't think Kyle Whittingham would ever leave Utah to go to Michigan.
He's up there in age too, but he's got 10 years left anyway.
Maybe, but the Whittingham stuff, there's people that my bad, Dave, on that one. I thought you said retiring. I don't have my contacts in. But it was I mean, he went to BYU.
You might be talking about his underling retiring, so
Dave got Whittingham and Dillingham confused, but I'm trying to confirm this, what Seth has put in the chat. If I can get this guy's name right. I'm assuming that's on Twitter.
So the Utah Utes are retiring Whittingham?
I think he's going to
step down.
I think here soon. I think he wants to make one good run at the playoffs, and that's gonna be that for him. Trying to confirm this. Okay. If he posted that, Seth, he must have taken it down. But trying to see his last tweet update. Michigan ex-head coach Scott Hughes. Sherone Moore was detained and arrested after breaking into a home of a staffer he had an affair with. Moore threatened to
Holy cow.
unalive himself, to harm the staffer and unalive himself. He is in custody. I'm hoping this Scott Hughes, he's got 247 and Sports Illustrated in his bio. I don't know. Hopefully this guy's credible, but it's got 555K tweets. So I guess he allegedly broke into her house, but that's what he reported. This is not good, people. Not good.
It's insane. A head coach of one of the prominent programs in the country, and you're sitting there playing 8th grade.
Oh,
go to break into a girl's sleepover. I mean, come on.
He broke into the home, threatened to harm her and himself. This is all wow. I am going to be following this story throughout the night. We have, between all platforms on here tonight, Joe, you're not going to believe this, but we have 1,000 people. We just hit 1,000 people on all platforms.
Welcome one and all.
That is unbelievable. We just hit 1,000. Seth says, all we need now is a slow speed Bronco chase. Yikes.
Seth is pretty funny. Seth, you should call in, dude.
This is
he remembers OJ.
This is
referencing OJ.
This is insane, Joe. I don't know where to go with this. Oh man, I don't know, Joe. It's getting to.
You want to hear a scary story for OJ and me?
Oh, you had a dealing with OJ?
No, totally just me and how it related to OJ. So, that trial went on for ages, right?
Yeah.
So on the day it was the final verdict was going to come out, I had an outside sales job, and I'm in Northern California.
Right.
And I'm working. I had a meeting with one of the big chains, and I forget who it was, but they're in Oakland. And so I got lost. They were like right outside of the city of Oakland, and I'm in this. You can't believe this neighborhood. I got lost driving, and I had this brand new white limited Ford Bronco or something limited, really white car, beautiful car. And I am in this horrible neighborhood because I'm lost and I'm trying to find it. And they're reading out the OJ, like it was on their radio, like everyone was glued to it, if everyone remembers. Right. And I'm sitting there like trying to find my way to my appointment, and I'm just getting deeper into this shitty part of town. And I was scared for my life. Here I am in like this shiny white nice car, and it's like boarded out windows and shit like that. And these people are ready to explode. If you don't remember, the black people were like insane about this. OJ.
Well,
and thinking it's all, they're trying to frame them and all this stuff. And it's like all this evidence, but they had incompetent prosecutors, Marcia Clark and that other clown that had wound up having an affair.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was just major drama there. And that's where I am trying to find my appointment. I'm lost in some shithole of a place. Is like, oh fuck, please God, get me out of here.
Oh yeah, especially at that time.
I was like, please find him innocent. Please find him innocent. I swear, I was like, I was scared shitless.
Oh yeah, I understand that. I am,
and all the streets were empty. Like, there's nobody out on the streets. They are all glued to the television. You know.
Oh yeah.
Like nobody was out.
So
but luckily, I got out of there, and I don't know how, but I found the place, and I was like, my whole body, like all my clothes, I sweat. I was like, I showed up to that appointment, and I'm sure I looked a wreck.
Oh, I understand you on that. I got
like, you want to buy some wine, buddy?
Yeah.
Funny.
So, but all right, we've hit a hour and 32 minutes. Joe, do you got any closing thoughts? Are you going to be following this story throughout the night?
No, I'm going to just, wait to hear. I'm not going to go crazy over it. I mean, it's another thing, it's just another thing, and there'll be another thing next week. And, it's like, for me, I'll just wait to hear, what the word is, and I'll tune into your show to see what the reactions are and things like that.
Oh yeah, this is a bizarre dealing, but appreciate you calling in, Joe, and we'll be in touch, my guy. And I will talk to you later. I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna see if Seth calls in, and probably wrap it up here in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right. Good talking to you, Joe.
I'll watch till the end. Call in, Seth. All right. See ya.
See you, Joe. Oh, wow. That's what we got. Had an unknown caller at. Oh, yeah. If you call me unknown, if you have an unknown number, it's not going to ring through. So, there's that. But Seth, I'll give you a couple minutes if you wanna call in. So I'll give you until 9:10. If you call now, we'll have a little chat, and we'll see where we're at with this Michigan stuff. But yeah, if that is alleged that he broke in to her house, and that's what they arrested him for. And then they got a quote from a recruit right now. Time will tell on what I'll be doing, because Coach Moore and the staff were a huge reason for my commitment. Andre Clark. Wow, that is unbelievable. But yeah, number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call if you want to get your call in. We'll be here for about 5 more minutes, and we will get there. This is making its rounds. This may be bigger than the Connor Stallions thing, and I don't think that this is going to stop at any point. Got 5 minutes, Seth. 5 minutes. Number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Won my Purdue bet. Shout out to my guy T. Jones. So this is bizarre happenings. I did not have this on my bingo card today. Oh my gosh. I did not have it on the bingo card that we would be seeing Sherone Moore arrested, breaking into a house. Dave's here, said if he beat OSU, this would have been okay. Oh wow. Oh boy. That is kind of where we are at. So, but yeah, Seth, if you don't call in, at least hit the like and subscribe button, my guy, and we'll be back tomorrow with my boy Richie getting this. I'm sure there's going to be more news overnight and in the morning. I'm going to try to keep up with it the best I can. But Seth, hit that subscribe button, turn on those bell notifications, my friend. I did not think that we would be seeing something this brazen, this brash. Wow, that is all I've got to say about it. So I'm sure we're going to lead with this tomorrow on what we got going on for tomorrow's show. So there is that. We'll go ahead and wrap it there. Possibly open in the phone lines tomorrow. Probably plan to roll about 7:30. Also, probably Saturday night going to do a call-in show Saturday night. This is bizarre to me. I have no words. So there is that. We'll go ahead and end it there. And appreciate everybody. If you made it this far into the show, do us the biggest favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers and change the game. Hitting the like button helps us tremendously. And with that being said, appreciate everybody. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow night with probably more news. So hang in there. And Michigan fans, I guess it's hot board season, and who you hiring? So with that being said, everybody have a good night, and we will talk to you later.